oṣù yìí ilẹ̀kùn àlùjànnà ó ti di ṣíṣí ṣẹ̀rí lẹ́kùn iná á di títì pa èṣù àti ránṣẹ́ gbogbo.
Yes, good afternoon. You're welcome to this segment. It's been all about Ramadan talks and the essence of Ramadan with Tomisi Ojo, and I will be taking you all through. Yes, we're having the Eid al-Fitri today, and I'll be taking you through all that matters about Eid al-Fitri. And my name is Yinka Kenny. With me in the studio this morning, I have with me Dr. Abdul Ganiu Oladapo. Yes, he's being popularly called Mr. Computer. He is our own Imam here in MITV Central Mosque. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon, madam.
Yes, I had to bring in that Mr. Computer. How are you? On the lighter mode, why Mr. Computer?
Well, it's a very long story. When you say Mr. Computer, you know what computer means. It has everything in it.
So you're a computer.
Talk of Bible, talk of Quran is there. Yes.
So are we saying you are an Islamic
comparator?
Ooh, wow, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I never thought of it that way.
No.
I had it on mind that I was going to ask.
That's a very good question. I'm giving you the answer now.
Yeah. So let's come back to what we are here for today. Well, thank you. Well done, Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak. How are you?
I'm fine.
Thank God that we were able to start the fasting period and now the end of fasting period, and now we have the Eid al-Fitri.
Yeah.
What is Eid al-Fitri?
Yes, when you talk of Eid al-Fitri, it's a celebration that terminates the end of the 30 days of fasting. According to Quran chapter 2, verse 185, where Almighty Allah said, وَلْتُكِمِلُ عِدَّةَ وَلْتُكَبِّرُ اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ. Count the days, and after you might have counted the days for 30 days, to Kabbirullah, then start glorifying the name of Almighty Allah, and that will be the first day of Shawwal, telling you the 30 days of fasting has ended. So that day is known as Eid al-Fitri, the day where you need to celebrate. You go to the mosque, you observe the prayer, you glorify Almighty Allah, you eat. During this day, you don't fast. Today you don't fast today. In fact, from house, you need to eat before you go for that prayer.
A must. It's a must.
It is a must, because you are not expected to fast to that prayer. You have terminated the fast. If you want to continue another fast, you must give today. Then tomorrow you can start. Ahead. So
nobody whatsoever in Islam is allowed to do any form of fasting.
At all today.
So today is eating galore.
Eating galore, eat, drink. But the one that is permittable.
Permittable.
Yes.
Yes. Now, let me take you back to the fact that we have fasted for 30 days, and with today is Eid al-Fitri. Why that jamboree? Why the celebration? It's like a jamboree now. It's like, why the yes, we can eat, everybody eating at home and all that. Why the jamboree? Because I know that outside I could see food flying everywhere. It's like we're having a jamboree. Why the jamboree?
Well, we must do that to glorify God. It's not easy. It's not everybody that started the 30 days ended it. Some stop when it was 5, some stop when it was 10, 15, 20. When you are able to complete it for 30 days, it calls for celebration. It calls for glorification, and thanks be to Almighty Allah that we are happy. We thank God for counting me among those that will finish these 30 days. It is not easy, and it is not by my own making, but the making of Almighty Allah. So we need to celebrate it.
Is that as commanded in the Holy Quran?
Yes, to Kabbirullah ala ma hadakum wa la'allakum tashkurun. This is commanded in the Quran. Just glorify the name of God. Be thankful to God. Alhamdulillah. Thank God. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamdu. It's not easy.
Now, let me ask you this question. Going to the mosque on the Eid al-Fitri morning, is it a must? Must I go get to the mosque? Can't I just stay in my house and pray, after the fast? Is it a must that I should?
Yeah, it is sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that is our Prophet said, "Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli." You perform the salat as you see me, your Prophet, doing it. The Prophet did that too. So at the end of the 30 days, you are expected to gather together congregationally, not individually.
Oh.
Generally, congregationally, come together perform the salah together, listen to the sermon of the imam, admonishing you, telling you what you have done during the month of Ramadan that is good, continue, and telling you what you have left during the month of Ramadan, the bad things, don't do it again. As we are doing the month of Ramadan, the same thing must be carried over even after the month of Ramadan. So that is the reason why we need to come together congregationally to do it together. So it's Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, and it is allowed and permissible.
Is permissible or it's a must?
We can say it's a must. It's a must in the sense that if you say it's not a must, and some people will even stay at home, they will not even go there at all. So why can't we just go together and celebrate it together and pray together? Because God may, because of you, accept my prayer, and because of me, accept your own prayer. Why can't we come together?
Okay, let me now give you an instance. What if as a Muslim, somehow, some way, I wasn't able to, partake in the fast? Am I still allowed to be a part of this morning's prayer? Morning prayer.
You are allowed. There are some instances in which you may not be able to complete your fast. Women that are doing the monthly something, somebody that is sick, if you're on a longer journey and all that, or somebody that doctor has told you, see, you have a challenging illness that you must not. If the moment you fast, it can cause injuries to you. Those people are exempted from fasting. Do you understand me now?
Apart from the people that are exempted from fasting.
Okay, apart from people that are exempted from fasting, and you don't have any challenging.
Probably due to laziness, or probably due to some form of nonchalant attitude.
Okay, on those one, if they do that one, you'll be rewarded for performing the salat, but you'll be punished for not fasting.
So are we saying that the Ramadan fast is compulsory?
It's the compulsory one. Quran chapter 2 verse 153 is compulsory. Kutiba alaykum siyam kama kutiba ala allazina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. It is prescribed as it was prescribed for those before you. So it is compulsory. This is a compulsory month, and that even before the month, you see Christian asking you, when is that month coming up? Because they know that during that month it's a month of employment and empowerment. Christian will sell food, some will buy, and they make their money. That is the beauty of Islam.
I like that angle you came from. That's a good one. That's a good one. Now, there's something I would also like to ask you. Is 30 days of fast for men compulsorily? They must finish 30 days of fast.
If you are not.
No, if you are not exempted. Yes. Now, let's assume that I am not in any way one of those that are exempted from the fast as a man, and somehow I ended up fasting for just 20 days. What happens?
If you ended up in fasting for 20 days with no cogent reason,
first off, is it a sin on my part?
It's a sin, because God commanded you and you refuse the commandment. You'll be punished for that. Yes, it's a commandment from God. You don't have any illness, you don't have any reason whatsoever for not fasting. You just intentionally say, I won't fast for 10 days, and nobody can. It
might not be intentionally, at times it could be laziness, at times it could be, okay, probably I intended fasting today, I got out and I got tired, I got hungry.
It's like tiredness, it's like hungry. When God commands you, you will look at some people that even have money, they have the food, and they couldn't eat. So you have the strength, you have the energy.
So what happens to that person? Is there some form of remedy in a way to restitute?
You can do that, yes. After seeking for forgiveness. Because it was done intentionally, because I'm lazy, I'm tired, I can't fast. He must seek for forgiveness before he cannot do the restitution.
So how does he do the
after the fast? After the month of Ramadan, they cannot go for it.
That was after the Eid al-Fitr.
After the Eid al-Fitr. Okay. And mind you, this fasting is for God. The only person that can reward us for fasting is God. The only person that can punish you for not fasting is God. So
I'm still going to ask you, but let me just remind our viewers that I'm in a studio with Dr. Abdul Ganiu Oladapo. Is the Imam of the Central Mosque here in MITV. Now you said something that God will reward, God can reward, and God can punish.
Yes.
And is there not a place for grace, a place for forgiveness, a place for, yes, I know I've heard, God, have mercy. Must I still from the Islamic point of view, must God still punish? Must he still, you know, we always say God is a merciful God. Must he still punish me for that?
You don't tempt God. You don't tempt God. He has given you the instruction. If you do this, I will give you this. If you do this, I'm going to punish you. I intentionally do it. That come and punish. Let me see your punishment. He will punish you.
No. I might not be tempting. It might just be flesh.
Prophet Muhammad said,
is there no place for flesh?
The Prophet Muhammad said there are 3 ways in which God can just forgive you. If you do something unintentionally, if you do something forgetfully, you don't know. And ignorant, or you are forced to do it. Those 3 steps, God will just forgive you. But when you do it intentionally, you say, there are some things you have not been told. What you don't know before, if you do it.
Now let me take you back to Eid al-Fitri now. Eid al-Fitri is supposed to be celebrated worldwide on the same day, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, we heard in the news about Oyo State. They had their own Eid al-Fitri yesterday. What can you say about that?
Not only Oyo State, don't prosecute our state. They're not only Oyo State. I remember Bauchi State.
I know that.
Yobe State too. I think they
I read the account of the Imam of Oyo State.
Okay.
He said something like they started their fast before every other person started. So what do you
Let me tell you.
So they did their Eid al-Fitr yesterday. So what do you have to say about
this is where we find ourselves in a situation whereby the Quran said, Atiullah wa atihur rasul wa ulil amri minkum. Fa in tanaza'tum fi shay'in farudduhu ila Allah wa rasulihi. Say, follow the commandment of God.
Okay.
Follow the prophet and follow those in authority.
Follow those in authority.
You see, that is what we call ummah. If the leader tells you are going to fast tomorrow, you must follow. Mind you, if that leader now makes mistake, it is not for you. He will be punished because he led you. He was the one that misled you. The leader Sultan has said today is the Eid al-Fitr. Everybody knows that. So, and the mom now said, my own is what are you talking about? You have misled a lot of people. Why must you start before your leader? That is what we call that. In fact, I don't know. I wrote about it yesterday too. Yes, I wrote and I said, well, it's one of those things. We need to be very, very careful.
So are we saying their Eid al-Fitr prayers will not be accepted?
It will be accepted. Those that follow their Eid prayer will be accepted, but the blame and the punishment on that authority, the man that led them, that wanted to throw them away. The man that led them is going to be questioned on the day of accountability. But those that follow, they don't have any problem. They call them and they follow.
That's where you talked about doing things ignorantly.
That's it. That's what I wrote yesterday. We need to consult. Come together. Even the Bible says, come, let us reason together. So we need to reason together.
That's true.
So inability to do that, you'll find yourself inside pit.
So why the disconnection? Because even we know that I think this year there's a uniformity, some sort of.
Yes.
But in the past,
at least 98% uniformity.
Yes, there's a great form of uniformity.
Yes.
But in the past, we've had the northern Muslims having theirs on a separate day, probably saying they saw the moon. Some doing 29 days, some doing 30 days. Why did the disparity? Why will some have to do it, on a different day and some on another day, which was even accepted as a day?
Yes.
So can you just give us
clarity on
that?
There's nothing like much of this technological advancement. This time around they use a lot of technological system to get it. Even Saudi yesterday, the day before yesterday, they said we have to hold on. It was after Maghrib they announced that they never sighted the moon. It means the fast hence yesterday and today will be the 8th day. You have to wait. They look at it. You understand me now? That time there wasn't like that. People used to start counting calendar and counting star. The way you count may be different of the way I've count. I may start my Shaban before you. So if I start before you, then my own will be 30, while your own will be 29 that time. But this time around, there are a lot of technology that can give you the accurate figure and accurate date. Which is happening now. So to some extent, 90% of accuracy is what we witnessed this year.
So you can say that even in the past it has been no fault of theirs.
No fault, because they don't know. They don't know. The little knowledge they have that time, that was what they are using. But now knowledge is advancing. You will see what will happen next year again. It's going to be a very perfect 100%. This 98%. It's going to be 100% next year.
So
we are getting there gradually but surely.
So can you just tell us, more about Idli Fitri celebration?
Yes.
Let me bring you back to Idli Fitri.
Yes, I told you this. The celebration terminates the end of the 30 days fasting in the month of Ramadan. The which we need to come together. We pray together. We admonish ourselves. We prepare food. You eat. You make everybody happy. Those that don't have food,
I was coming to
that will not be able to ask.
I was actually coming to that.
Can I give you a chance to do that?
Yeah, go on.
They don't have food, and you know they don't have, but they will not ask you. Don't wait for them to come and ask you. The second set of people, they don't have. You know they don't have. They will come and ask you. I will not go to eat together, allergy. And what is happening? I will never see my eyes. So I never see my mouth. Give them. And those that don't have, they will not ask you. Go and give them without asking you.
Those that do not have and they will not ask you, give to them.
Yes.
Those that will even ask you, give to them.
Make them happy today. Give them food that will be enough for themselves and the family. You can even have money there. Because we give out rice and give gari. So we want them to be soaking gari in the morning. So give them money, let them prepare soup, let them eat, let them slaughter fowl. Let the children happy. Today we are happy. In those days, when we are still young, we only eat chicken during Christmas now. When it is Christmas, we have to say, we kill chicken.
Yes.
Thank God today, we can kill cow.
Yes, we can kill cow. Ooh, okay, that's the essence of the fact that you see a whole lot of people, they slaughter the meat in raw, they slaughter it raw and they give it out to people so that people can eat and be satisfied.
You come to you visit your friends, visit your relatives. Let them see you come together. Okay, this is the son of so-so, this is the son of so-so. How are you? What class are you? Okay, then you just come together. You make everything. So all of you be happy.
That is the Shinu proper.
That is the Shinu proper. But you eat what is halal. What is permissible, not what is prohibited. Don't drink. Don't go and take trophy, take a beer.
Okay, let me ask you this. The Idli Fitri prayer is always the morning after the last day of fast.
Yes.
I think let's talk about the family. Let's come to the family setting now. During the Ramadan fast, you realize that it's said that the man and the woman, they don't copulate.
Yeah. During the Ramadan fast?
Yes.
They do. You do legally.
Okay.
That is at night. Your wife, not your concubine. That's what Quran says.
Okay.
It's your wife, not your concubine.
So then, when does the bath? There's this the bath. Did you know that?
I know. You do that one before the dawn. You do it before the dawn. You can just place that white your hand. So you do it before the dawn. During the dawn, you do it. By 12, anything from 12 o'clock.
Then you go and bathe.
You go and bathe.
So you go and bathe the bath.
Yes.
Now, why I was coming to the last day of the fast now.
Okay.
So for the last day of the fast, you meet with your wife. Do you still need to do the bath before you come for the Idli Fitri prayers?
Yes, you do it.
That's where I was coming.
You do it.
Why?
The reason, you are going to meet God that is clean, and He will never accept anything rather than clean from you. So even not only that, even on Friday we do ritual bath before we go to Central Mosque to make ourselves holy to Almighty Allah.
Oh, so it's not only. Are you saying that it doesn't pertain to probably the Ramadan?
No. Even on Friday. You do the ritual bath before you go. You put perfume on your body because you are going to meet Almighty Allah.
Just like we are doing the
ablution. But there are way of doing that one because it has
that is a different form of ablution.
Yeah, because of intention. The only difference is in the intention there. So apart from the intention, is normal something, and you do it, and you go and meet God.
Because I know that off air someone asked me that question that do you have to, after meeting with your wife, before the Idli Fitri prayer, would you have to do?
You have to do it. It's compulsory.
You
have to do
also.
You have to do it
before you can go for the prayer.
But I said your legal wife, not concubine. If you do that, we try down with your concubine. That's another case, serious one, punishable.
So punishable. Even after the Ramadan.
Punishable. With concubine, it's punishable.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we're still we're still talking about the Idli Fitri. We're still all about the Idli Fitri celebration this morning, and we've been talking about the essence of Idli Fitri, why we have to do this, why we have to come for those prayers, and how the prayers are being made, and why it is compulsory. That's all we've been talking about this morning. And I've been with Dr. Abdul Ganiu Oladapo, is the chief imam of our Central Mosque right here in MITV. Well, in conclusion, sir, can you just wrap up all that we have been talking about Idli Fitri and the do's and the don'ts, and after, Idli Fitri is after the Ramadan fast, then how do we go on? What next?
Yes, well, there's nothing next. What you have been doing during the month of Ramadan is what we're expecting you to carry over to after the month of Ramadan. The good things we have been doing, the charity, the way you talk, the way you dress, the way you interact with people during that month, the way you get closer to God during that month, your fasting, your tahajjud and all that is what we want you to carry over even after the month of Ramadan, so that you get closer to God. You see, you want to get closer to God, is get closer to God through prayer and fasting, and this is what Ramadan has given. Apart from that, the way you eat that time, you really need to, if you check your body now, I used to tell people after the month of Ramadan, let them go to a medical center and do their general checkup. They will tell you you are medically fit, physically fit and mentally okay, because the kind of cholesterol that has been reduced, kind of over sugar, that of salt and all that, everything will be reduced because you don't eat as you used to eat before. Continue like that even after the month of Ramadan.
I like that aspect of the way you eat because you see a whole lot of people will just go out and like, okay, Ramadan fast is ended so we can eat and eat. It's been nice being with you on set this morning. Thank you very much for being our guest on this segment. All right, we go for a musical break right now. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned with us. Thank you.
Tony, money go go, Tony.